Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to
BreakRoom, yo.
Your favorite rapper's favorite podcast.
See, this is why I like your show. You're very charismatic. You know the right things to say.
Welcome Saturday nights here in the break room. Everybody's here. Jasmine, Talon, Sue. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday night?
Doing good. Just grabbing
Miguel and
anything
Dre
but
should
Coke.
be here soon.
Okay.
Drink everything but Coke.
What's up, Sunshine? Nice to see you. To all the drinkers out there
Coke?
tuning in. Hope y'all doing all right. Staying alive. In this
Staying alive. Staying alive.
Oh.
Unfortunately, the guy we're talking about, just in case you guys went to Google who he was, and came up on a little comedian who's like barely 20 years old by the name of John Pemberton. You have the wrong person. The guy we're talking about is deceased because he was born very early.
In like 1840s.
Yes, rest in peace, Bismarcky, but we're not talking about him either. Tonight, we talking about John Pemberton, the founder.
His name was Stith. John Stith Pemberton.
Yes, he was the
first John Stith Pemberton, and
the first Stith Lord.
Crazy setup. But I'm gonna be back. So yeah.
All right.
Typical fucking Talon.
You know anything about the founder of Coca-Cola, Sue?
I know he likes Coke.
Very much so. And we're not talking about the drink either. We'll get to that.
Nope.
Let's dive right in. Today we're reading from allthat'sinteresting.com. It's an article called The Tragic History of John Pemberton, the man who invented Coca-Cola.
Oh, but before we start and stuff, should we talk about our sponsorship, Pepsi? Show it off, Jasmine.
I wish I was sponsored by Pepsi.
Oh, yeah. I think we all would.
We'd be getting paid. Or at least get some free Pepsi. Anyhow. It's a fun fact that if John Pemberton was never in the American Civil War, he would never have become addicted to morphine, and we wouldn't have Coca-Cola today.
That's crazy.
Bummer.
It's good soda.
Coca-Cola is so ambiguous and world famous that it's easy to forget its captivating origin story, or even that it has one worth a look into first. What? Or even that it has one worth a look in the first place. Everyone has heard the rumors it once contained cocaine.
Yeah.
But only a sliver of the population knows anything about its inventor, John Stith Pemberton.
Stiff?
Stith.
With an L?
No, Stith. Stith.
Oh, okay.
He was born January 8th, 1831, in Knoxville, Georgia. He made a name for himself in the state's medical embellishment, though its strength lay in medical chemistry rather than traditional medicine. Part businessman, part pharmacist and chemist, Pemberton spent his entire life working to reform medicine and improve upon the industry's practices and solutions. The Georgia Department of Agriculture uses his laboratories till this day, over 125 years after his death.
So his laboratories are still there?
Yeah, his labs are still there.
He looks like your cousin.
He does not look like my cousin.
He looks like he could be your cousin.
No, he does not.
He does.
No, he does not.
Mm.
I will show a picture. I think I downloaded a picture. Let me see. Is this it?
Oh man. Don't be
Yes, it
putting
is.
random pictures.
Bam!
See?
Yeah.
Your cousin. Said it.
Looks guy.
John Pemberton. We'll flash it again.
It looks like your cousin.
My cousin, maybe.
Maybe.
This is how we're related to this guy right here.
Is it the beard?
Yeah. And the slicked back hair.
My hair is braided right now.
I know.
It's a nice beard.
He does have a nice beard. Pemberton's labs were converted into Georgia's first testing facilities and were staffed by employees he personally handpicked. These laboratories were responsible for virtually eliminating the sale of bootleg chemicals in the state and made prosecution of fraudulent varieties easier to accomplish. A graduate student and Civil War veteran, Pemberton would eventually concoct one of the most enduring beverages of all time before dying in a penniless drug addict who sold the Coca-Cola rights. His life is truly a winding narrative of impressive accomplishments, harsh challenges, and woeful, unfortunate events.
My thing is like, I'm sure we'll get to it, but like, how much did he sell Coca-Cola for? Like 13 cents?
Bro, it's like $1 or some shit.
That's crazy.
Oh man.
It was like $1 or some shit.
I feel bad for his descendants. That could have been fucking bat paid.
He had a son, and then I think his son died also of like overdose or some shit. So I don't think he has any
He was definitely
descendants.
rubbing it on his gums.
Oh yeah. Well, they do what the police do, what the police do to test it. You rub it on your gums, and if your gums go numb,
I
Definitely it.
don't think the police do that anymore.
I would beg to differ.
Mm-hmm.
maybe some undercover cops.
Mm.
On hookers' asses.
No, get it right. It's straight off the areola.
Mm-mm. That's worse.
Or hey, if like no discrimination, if you want to snort it off a boner, then you could do that too.
Right. If you want to pee now, you can have a pee now.
The break room just almost had its first spit take. You gotta stop those things.
For your entertainment.
Yes, you would have heard it out there in Spotify land, but if you're in YouTube land or Twitch land, you would have seen it. It would have been disgusting. I would have had to clean the camera.
You're welcome.
John Pemberton's early life. Pemberton went to school in Rome, which is located in a triangle beset by Birmingham, Alabama, and Chattanooga. What? Hold on. There's a Rome in the United States? That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Yeah, but we wanted to break ties from England, my ass.
Yeah.
He and his family lived there for nearly 30 years, during which time he attended the Reformed Medical College of Georgia in McCann, studying both medicine and pharmacy. In 1850, he was 19 years old. Pemberton received his license to practice botanic principles. This field was rooted in organic herbal remedies and intended to cleanse the patient of toxins. It was not a very respected niche and treated with strong suspicion by the public, to put it mildly. After practicing medicine and surgery in Rome, he opened a wholesale retail business in Columbus in 1853, according to the encyclopedia. Yeah, for those of you that are too young to know what encyclopedias are, those were the World Wide Web in book form.
Oh yeah, my grandmother used to get those shits once a year.
Yeah, those things.
The Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah.
that was horrible.
Yo, if anybody got like really old Britannicas, let us know. Send us an email at talkingjunkthepodcast@gmail.com.
We may be interested.
very, 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 very interested. Don't get it twisted. Especially
Just
if
to
it's
see
early.
all the. Oh God, yeah.
Like when they said the world was flat. Pemberton's new store specialized in substances used in making medical remedies. Pemberton garnered his graduate degree in pharmacy a few years before the Civil War in 1860s. We are direct importers manufacturing all the pharmaceutical and chemical preparations used in the arts and sciences, the company J.S. Pemberton and Company of Columbus claimed. This was unique in the South during that time.
Oh yeah.
So he's one of the first people that started making his own medicine in the South. So he was trying to be an innovator. And little does he know, he was one of the biggest innovators in U.S. history.
Especially in commercialism.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't him, as I'm sure we'll find out.
No, I know.
It was a partner that really doesn't oh, that's Soup.
Can't see you. All they see is the cigarette.
Yes, Soup doesn't breathe oxygen, he breathes Newports. I mean Marlboros.
Actually, I'm smoking an Al Capone cigar.
All right.
Okay, all right.
Got a little fancy today.
Nice. Where were we? When the labs were relocated to Atlanta, he dubbed Pemberton's business one of the most... Oh, that's not where I was. John Stith Pemberton in the Civil War. Pemberton's business opened its doors in 1860 and had $35,000 worth of the latest, most high-tech equipment on his side, which is like some glass beakers and measuring cups. And
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
It's the 1800s. They didn't have no fucking technology.
Hell no.
No.
Some of it was even designed and patented by the company itself. So they were making their own tools and shit.
Even worse.
Yeah, like when you go outside and you chip a rock off and sharp edge and put it on a stick and make your own axe. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing shit like that. You really want this guy making your medicine?
Mhm.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it all came from somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know, though.
We're here.
We're
Our
here 'cause we can
bloodline
take
is
it.
still existing.
Yeah, but is it really good?
We survived.
We survived because there's some questionable characters in my family.
All right. We're getting deep now.
Anywho, where was I? When the labs were relocated to Atlanta, he dubbed Pemberton's business one of the most splendid chemical laboratories that there is in the country. This is coming from a reporter from the Atlanta Constitution. He called it a magnificent establishment in 1869.
They talk like that back then?
Yeah. It was, 1869, so the blah, blah, blah was relevant.
No, crazy.
And though he was also called the most noted physician Atlanta ever had, accolades and respect did not prevent him from joining the fray of war when the time came. It's like, bro, we drafting over here. You going to war. You're going to fight this Civil War.
War here.
Oh, yeah. Come and get your war bonds.
War here.
Yeah. Pemberton joined the Army of the Confederacy in May 1862 and was made first lieutenant as a founding member of the 3rd Georgia Cavalry Battalion. So he didn't have to do shit but join. Not like nowadays when they have to bust their ass.
Uh-huh.
Pemberton defended the city of Columbus and he became lieutenant colonel. Whatever. When Union troops under General James Wilson's command reached Columbus one Easter Sunday of 1865, Pemberton was in direct line of fire and almost died, which is what happens when you get struck with those fucking round metal balls that they have to pack in their 1800s gun. Fuck. At least you got a better chance of living with them shits, unless it takes.
That'll be a really shitty Call of Duty if they ever released one based on that war.
That would be pretty cool.
You gotta pack your fucking gun.
It would be cool, but you know how many people get pissed off that they have to wait 50 seconds to load up each shot?
You know how many people are going to be in each other's faces like this? You're like, come on, hurry up and pack.
Sounds like claps being cheap. Cheap and clapped.
Horrible.
The battle would directly impact the rest of his life and ultimately lead to both his greatest success and his biggest weakness due to his subsequent addiction to morphine.
Well, it wasn't even freaking coke. It was morphine.
So in the 1800s, they gave you it looked like a purse, but like a fanny pack almost.
Yeah.
Filled with morphine fucking syringes from the drugstore.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so you didn't have to go to the doctor to get morphine. Yep. You just inject yourself. You're doing the shimmy from that stimmy.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised he wasn't addicted to opium either.
Well, he used opium in some of his formulas.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Probably started with the morphine.
He was just an all-around drug addict. He was doing all the drugs.
He was a crackhead from New York.
I don't think crack was available in the 1800s. I'm pretty sure
it was
invented in the 90s. However, he did have a cocaine problem. So, you know, they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. Can't have crack without cocaine.
Who knows? Maybe he created the first crack cocaine and just never came out with it. He was doing mad experiments.
True.
Maybe.
He was probably like, what am I going to do with this? Oh, goddamn, threw it.
I don't want to smoke rocks. I want to shoot up some morphine.
Horrible.
Break out the syringe, dear. Those syringes definitely weren't sterilized either.
Hell no, you use the same needle for all of them.
They look like things you base your turkey with. That's what they used back then. Big ass needle.
How's happening?
Dre said he'll be home in a few.
Okay. Where were we? Where the hell Talon go?
Who knows?
Typical Talon.
You know, it disappears all the time. And then
maybe to hit that morphine drip.
Maybe. He had to go in his satchel real quick and grab that big ass 1800 syringe first. Try to find the needle attachment.
Poor Talon.
You leave that needle attachment alone. I don't know what you're gonna do. You probably drip it in your eyes or something.
Mm-hmm.
In your eye?
Yeah.
That's fucking
insane.
That's outrageous. I feel like no.
We don't condone y'all doing any of this.
That's a whole fucking another level.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do to stop the pain.
No.
Had Pemberton not been injured by both gunshot and sword wounds, this motherfucker got shot and stabbed.
He's still surviving in the 1800s. You normally do that. It's not a lot of things they could do to help you.
The fuck did he do? Put his inside back in it?
Yeah.
That would have arguably prevented him from inventing Coca-Cola, but also liberated him from the future troubles of having a substance abuse problem. The wounded soldier became hooked almost immediately, using it initially to relieve his pain. Unfortunately, he ultimately fell victim to this chemical as a lifelong crutch for whatever mental maladies and psychological ailments he was suffering from. So at this point, I don't know if they're going to... I've been trying to look for them. The only thing that they're going to mention here is his French wine of coca. But we'll get there. But he had other shit. Like he had a hair tonic with cocaine in it.
What?
He had like what the fuck? My phone it broke.
Cocaine gives you superpowers.
No, it makes you think you have superpowers. So you try to use those superpowers on somebody and they fuck you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You ain't feeling shit though.
For a little while.
Next day you would.
Till you wake up on the street and wonder how your head got cracked.
Yeah.
If you wake up.
Yeah. If you wake up. Who knows? You could probably wake up, God gonna be by your side.
Maybe.
That's not waking up.
Yes, it is. It's just waking up in a different place.
Dead.
Not where you was left. Shit happens. Should have been talking shit. Take a line. Get fucking brave.
Talk shit, get hit.
Hell yeah. Right in the same nose you snorted that shit in.
Mm-hmm.
Or the mouth you drank the Coca-Cola from. Back in the 1800s, I'm just saying.
That shit must have had you wired, sugar and coke. Ah.
But he had another one though. He had something. I don't remember if it was opioids in it or coke in it, but he had something for the stomach, and something for diarrhea, and a hair tonic, and a cough medicine.
I thought you said a hair tie. I'm like, a hair tie? The fuck are you gonna
Most
say
of
hair tie?
well, I'm not gonna say most of everything. Every single thing in his inventions had a drug of some sort in it. So they were getting lit.
Yeah, a lot of
in
that shit back in those days.
They were getting lit.
VDs were flying.
They didn't know what them shits were. Oh, hey, it's
Nope.
IP here. Let me pour some whiskey on it.
Here, drink this Coke.
Yeah, this'll cure you. Coke syrup. Throw it in the soda machine.
Oh,
Hey, Dre.
Yo, I thought we were off this week.
Oh, it's next week.
Oh, okay.
Say hi to the junkers while you're coming home.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
Hello.
I thought I could have swore it was this week, but yeah, I messed up on that. But I'll be home in a minute.
It's all good. It's all good. Take your time. Drive safe. We'll see you in a minute.
All right, bet.
Cool.
All right. Where the fuck were we?
People trying to take a break in the break room, you know?
Why not? Take a break. Drink a 1800s Coke.
No.
Those bottles got to be worth some money, though. The shit that was packaged in.
You think somebody?
Coke revolutionized a lot of shit because they were the first people to have that small glass bottle shaped like a woman, and that's exactly what it is. When they say Coke bottle shape, it was because the Coke bottle was modeled after a woman, the shape of a woman. Because they used to have, babe, pass me that Southern Comfort bottle or that Bacardi bottle. The bottles all used to be like this, flat like this. Mm-hmm. They never had the skinny soda bottles, let alone cans. And if they ever had it in cans, it wasn't the cans that we know today, these thin pieces of aluminum shit. They were fucking hard, heavy-ass fucking cans.
Crack somebody's skull with that shit.
Oh, dude, homeboy got stabbed with a saber in his chest.
Yeah. Yeah, he got fucked up, bro.
So I don't understand how he's fucking... It was the Coke. That's how he survived.
No, it wasn't the Coke.
Yeah, look at Tony Montana.
It happened after that.
He got shot up and all that shit. He still stood there. Like,
It happened after that.
Okay.
He wasn't running through the fucking United States sniffing Coke and fucking taking names. That wasn't happening.
I thought that's what was
like
happening.
Cocaine Bear?
Right? He was just chewing on a coca leaf. No, that wasn't happening.
Mm-mm.
That would have been cool.
That was afterwards. I mean,
his first recipe was Dr. Tuggles. Oh
yeah, look at that.
Dr. Tuggle's compound syrup of globe flower.
Look at that. There you go. Look, that's the first Coca-Cola bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And now,
They made it in an oven.
from all these stories that you're hearing or are going to hear, this is part of the reason why all Coke stuff is so expensive, like vintage Coke stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and such a collectible. Because people fucking love that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Even if you hate the drink, you love the fucking advertisement.
Well, it's iconic. It's iconic.
Yeah, it's part of American history.
Like the font and everything is just iconic.
You said the font?
The font.
For a second there, I thought you meant the Fonz.
No, not Henry Winkler.
He's iconic too.
Oh, absolutely.
When the smoke of the Civil War cleared and America bruised itself with the duty of getting back to living, Pemberton partnered with Columbus physician Austin Walker and expanded his lab. The idea was to develop new products and sell medical and photography supplies and branch out into schematics. The sweet Southern boutique perfume was a success, and in 1869, the veteran formed the Pemberton, Wilson, Taylor and Company firm and moved to Atlanta the following year. As a trustee of Atlanta Medical College, which is now the modern-day Emory University Medical School, he solidified the reputation of himself and of his labs as sophisticated and state-of-the-art. The original beverage was called Pemberton's French Wine Coca and hit the market in 1885 with coca leaves imported from South America, adding a particular twist, what would otherwise be a mere soft drink. Pemberton sold the soda as a nerve tonic, mental aid, headache remedy, and a cure for morphine addiction. Yes, it's a cure for morphine addiction because now you're coked up.
What do we know?
Oh, wow.
A nerve tonic, though?
Yeah.
So you're telling me if you drink cocaine and you have nerve damage and you have nerve pain, it's going to take it away?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it makes you feel like the Hulk for the moment.
For that moment, it's going to take it away.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's about it.
Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad.
So is popcorn on your beard.
Popcorn on my beard is good because it saves it for later.
No, ew.
The seemingly all-curing jack-of-all-trade drinks sold rather well, with Pemberton later admitting to an Atlanta newspaper reporter that he based it on an Italian-French beverage called Vin Martini, which was previously endorsed by Pope Leo. What is that, the 8th? Mm-hmm. That one, too, contained stimulating coca leaves. There's too many of them. Popes. Isn't the new one in, like, the hospital or some shit? Don't kill me, Catholics. I don't know this stuff. Pemberton differentiated his particular drink by adding extracts from other tropical plants, like the caffeine-containing cola nut from Africa trees and the Central America Dahmania shrub leaf, which was rumored to contain, don't know what that is, aphrodisiac properties.
Aphrodisiac.
Whatever. When hushed with, I can't read. I don't give a fuck. Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying that you can.
What's happening? Somebody lashed over there.
When hushed whisper, I'm just talking to the drunkers. I know they're sitting there like, this motherfucker tries to read to us every week. He can't fucking read.
Oh god.
When
What's up,
hush
man?
whispers of alcoholic.
What up? What up?
Yo, yo, yo.
Mm-mm.
What's poppin'? What is going on in the break room? Mikhail, say what's up, people.
Hi, Papi.
Say what's poppin' in the break room?
Coca-Cola tabs.
Mm-mm. That was not
Yeah.
cool to say to him. No, I don't like that.
I heard we are blessed with the presence of John Pemberton.
Yes, not
Mikhail.
to be confused with the comedian.
No, I have it in my bag. Don't worry about it.
I think that includes the sticky hand.
I got you, baby. Don't worry about it. I got your goodie bag.
Yeah, Daddy can't forget the goodie bag because his goodies are in there too.
Mm-mm.
Don't antagonize me.
The only sweets I love was cotton
Don't be
candy.
eating his candy.
Don't be eating his cotton candy.
Cotton candy is it, man. Don't sleep on that.
Yeah. He knows
Well,
that's
when
your
you
weak
joined
side.
us, we were in 1886 when the hush whispers of alcohol prohibition began to hit Atlanta City. The government in, like I said, 1886. Pemberton feared his new and popular drink could soon be banned, though this change in laws was actually enacted that very year. Prohibition in the city only lasted for 1 year. Nonetheless, the now re-owned shift from Pemberton's French wine Coca to Coca-Cola had already taken root.
Damn, happened fast.
Yeah, he didn't want to fucking lose all his shit. He was like, you see, this here is going to sell. It's going to be the biggest thing ever, see? I can't let these government officials take my things. Fuck prohibition that only lasts a year. Make me change my business.
I just wanted
I don't even think the prohibition even happened yet.
Well, there was only a prohibition there in Atlanta in 86 for a year.
But then they stopped that nonsense because, alcohol is delicious.
Yeah, you don't remember? That's how Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence did Life.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That whole prohibition period, yep.
At his Marietta Street home, the pharmacist turned war veteran began the series of experiments on the drink using an industrial-sized mixing and filter machine that ran from the building's second story down to the ground level. Pemberton sent out samples of his new alcohol-free iteration to pharmacies from Atlanta. His nephews were in charge of recording and time to switch to the next TV. Where was I? All right. His nephews were in charge of recording and collating customer reactions, which led to one of Pemberton's main breakthroughs in arriving at the final concoction, adding citric acid to combat the syrup's intense sweetness.
Jesus.
The final version was finished in May 1886 and was initially sold only in syrup form at the Jacob Pharmacy in town, sold for 5 cents per portion. It would be mixed on the spot with water before customers drank it. When
I must have tasted bread.
time out, it did come in cans. Ugh. Let me show
Like
you.
those Juicy Juice cans.
That shit looks
Yeah,
like,
it looked like it.
it
Hold
looks
on.
like poison. That's what it looks like.
That motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre.
Sorry. Can you?
Can I hold on? I'm trying to share it right now.
What's the topic? Since I've messed up.
John Pemberton.
Coca-Cola.
Look at that fucking can.
You said John Pemberton?
Yeah, the founder of Coca-Cola. The morphine and cocaine addicted John Pemberton.
It's like, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, because there's a comedian right now living today whose name is John Pemberton.
Okay.
Only 8 years later did Pemberton decide to bottle the beverage, cut out the middleman, and expand. He formed Pemberton Chemical Company to market it and put his son in charge of production. Charles Pemberton eventually succumbed to his own morphine addiction and died. As for the name Coca-Cola, it was Pemberton's bookkeeper, Frank Robinson, who coined the billion-dollar moniker. He even designed the logo, which is still in use today, more than a century later.
Damn.
So before we get there, real quick, because I didn't think his son died before him. I thought he died first.
No, he died. His son died in. He died from stomach, John Pemberton died of stomach cancer at the age of 57 in 88.
Well, he's doing nothing but drinking cocaine, so what do you expect?
Yeah.
Cocaine syrup at that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Then his son Charlie continued to sell his father's formula, but 6 years after that, he died from opium addiction.
Which was probably formed by his father.
That bloodline is gone. Yeah. Probably.
Yep.
You said the bloodline is gone?
Yeah, the bloodline's gone because he didn't have any kids.
He only had one kid, and his kid died from an opium addiction.
That's crazy. Yeah, there's nothing of him having a kid because he was busy taking drugs.
Damn, he sold his shit for $17.50.
Yep.
Coca-Cola. You can't even buy stock in Coca-Cola for that much.
No, because in
back then, yeah.
he sold it. He was trying to retain a share of ownership to the company before he sold it to leave to his son, but his son wanted the money. So they sold their last share so his son can have the $17.50.
Ooh, we know what he wanted that money for.
Yeah,
opium.
The opium that he fucking overdosed on.
Damn.
Which I mean, if you take that $17.50 and put it in today, it'll be the equivalent of $47,230.
That still ain't nothing. What fucking coke really worth?
Oh God, no.
I thought
they were.
It's worth way more.
No, I mean if you adjust it for inflation and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. Is that a Heine?
Yes.
All right, Jay, you surprising every weekend. You surprising.
It's the only beer I like.
Yeah,
I love Heineken. I mean, I will take a Corona in substitution.
I could do Corona, but I have to have lime. I can't do it without lime.
All right.
Let me tell you something. It's gonna sound weird, right? It's gonna sound real weird, but don't knock it till you try it.
Okay.
Get a fucking Granny Smith apple and put it in
a White Claw.
No, in the put it in the Corona instead.
That's Miggs's lane right there. If it's
a Granny Smith apple, cut a slice and put
it.
Oh, that makes sense.
Cut a wedge the same way you would for a lime and put it inside the Corona.
Huh.
I can see that.
Just try it.
Okay.
You won't regret it. So they missed a lot here, though. The government was trying to crack down on him because initially he was trying to market to kids because kids were drinking it.
Yeah.
As you should. That's a good businessman should.
It was
where
sold
ADHD comes from.
Great.
Thanks a lot.
I know.
So the kid where this was sold was in pharmacies at the counter. Who some of you may remember that Norman Rockwell painting that has the cop sitting next to the kid at that counter. Mm-hmm. That's where they used to sell the malts and the ice cream and the soda.
Soda shops.
Yeah. So you selling nose candy juice out of a candy store. That's a pharmacy. Of course, kids are going to drink it, but they had to stop marketing it for kids.
Yeah.
So what they would do is get the paintings and stuff like from Norman Rockwell, and it would seemingly market children just a little bit older than what they needed because the legal age, I believe, back then was 12.
Yeah.
So they could market for 12 and up, but they would
This
market
is
it
Coca-Cola with cocaine in it, right?
Coca-Cola with cocaine in it. Yeah.
12 seems right, I guess.
If I'm not
People didn't look at cocaine like how they do today.
They definitely were.
It's a party drug.
They knew exactly what.
Oh my God, I got a headache. Hey, why don't you sniff this line of cocaine there, buddy?
They got a
It'll
brain
help you.
tablet. It's cocaine and water, but I'm gonna call it some super elixir from yesteryear.
Well, there's a lot more than just cocaine and water in it.
Yeah, you got turpentine. You got
turpentine.
That's what it was. That's another thing that he used to make some of the medicine that he made was turpentine.
Turpentine, ethanol, and morphine.
Oh, so anything that go right.
Is that a bomb? Did you just describe a bomb?
No, he's starting up his car.
Late 1800s. For your humors.
I don't think so. Can't be good.
Mix it with snake oil. It also grows your hair back, not necessarily where you want it.
Yeah, that can't be good for one's colon.
Hence why we have Sasquatch.
Yep. That's just the result of tonics.
This will put some hair on your ass.
That is disgusting.
And some monkey in your DNA.
No, you'll do that all by yourself once hopped up on Coca-Cola.
I wonder what it tastes like.
I mean, if you know the right person, you could make a relative concoction. But
It tastes like cocaine, Dre. It tastes like cocaine, Dre.
Age would be.
You know
if they
what's
just kept
funny?
doing that.
What'd you say, Mix?
I was gonna say, can y'all imagine how today's day and age would be if they still kept putting Coke in?
Yeah, well,
Keep the ingredient secret. So
here's a fun fact that will blow your mind. It is still used today, coca leaves in Coca-Cola. However, they take out the part that makes cocaine, and they still use the coca leaf.
Sure
Sure.
They already got Coca-Cola and coffee again. They're trying to get back in that stimulant game like a motherfucker.
Yeah, because they use the fucking the cola bean from Africa in the
bean juice.
It's technically a bean anyway.
Bean juice. You like your nice bean juice, Jasmine?
No, I don't.
Coffee?
She lies because she don't eat beans. That's all she eats on her rice is bean juice.
I do.
Why don't you pour some Coke on it, dear?
Yeah. Scarface is my favorite movie for a reason.
You fucking assholes. You
Scarface.
fucking people. You need people like me.
I wish that movie had
And
a
the
different
Grinch.
soundtrack because it's a great movie. But I fucking hate every time music starts playing. That synthy shit just makes me
Push it to the limit.
You said you hate the soundtrack for it?
Rolling down the
that synthy
razor's
soundtrack
edge.
is just disgusting to me. But
It fits. It's supposed to
it
be
does.
that.
That doesn't mean I
Yeah,
have
it
to like
does.
I
It
fucking
fits
hate
perfect.
it.
Like
the
what kind of
fucking
soundtrack
80s.
do you expect for Scarface? Like would you
Right.
it's the fucking 80s?
There was other soundtracks in the
Push it.
80s that weren't.
He wants Scarface Killer. That's what
all I'm saying.
Ghostface Killer, and
I
that's
want
it.
some organic
right?
instruments in my music. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, now I see what you're saying.
But
You
when
just
it's all
don't.
synthy, I just like.
It's
That's
like
why I
like
wasn't
in The
born
Great
80s, Dre.
Gatsby.
I would not have been able to fuck.
I never seen that movie.
Don't. It's fucking stupid.
What?
It was what it was. But if you're gonna watch it thinking it's gonna be entertaining, no.
Like there's scenes in The Great Gatsby where they're playing Jay-Z, and I'm like, what? This no, you're not like
That
it
doesn't make sense either.
But they did that a lot in that movie. Like they played like modern music for a movie set in the 20s or some shit.
Like,
So it was trash.
I'm not saying
It was just dumb.
but, you know.
Oh, so it was like
Rock and
Space
roll.
Jam then. The new legacy.
No,
Is that out?
I did. Did it come out today or this week or
It
Friday?
came out yesterday, and that shit sucks ass.
I bet it does.
I already on HBO Max. I don't know what to think of it. It's
I
already
didn't
like
see it yet, but I can't wait to see it.
Here's what you could think of it.
I'm gonna have to.
Don't watch it. Watch Tom and Jerry.
What? Watch Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry is a solid ass movie.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Watch Tom and Jerry instead.
Yeah. Nice table. At least there's no gum.
Right?
Look, Dre, it says your name.
Camera different. What's going on over there?
You don't want to know.
You don't want to.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Space Jam. I know a lot of people are not gonna like it, or they're gonna say it sucks, and they're gonna hate it. But
Apparently, Michael Jordan shows up.
Michael Jordan does show up.
where?
Of course he does.
And he's just like, you're not the GOAT, LeBron. I am.
I would say, of course, they would write the movie to make Jordan's legacy untouchable. It's like, no matter what anybody else does, we have to keep this man at this elevated status.
Yes,
Till
the
he's dead.
Jordan in the movie, his legacy is untouched. Michael B. Jordan.
It's Michael B. Jordan all the time.
It was okay.
You lie.
I mean, the first Space
Sunshine
Jam is
Planet.
okay.
She said it was okay.
Some of it was good.
The first
But I
one
will-
was
First Space
very
Jam?
memorable.
No, the second. Some of it was okay. Like it had its moments. But what killed it for me was LeBron's acting.
Oh, come
Well,
on.
yeah, of course.
Like Michael Jordan's acting was terrible in the first one, but
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
he did way better than fucking
he did better than LeBron.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All in money, and nobody can help this man.
Damn.
Like I'm pretty sure LeBron's been in movies and acting classes and shit for that. Like when he went to LA for that reason. I'm not saying his acting was good. I'm just like that's kind of surprising that his acting is like it ruined the movie.
Did what?
I said, did his acting ruin the movie?
Yes.
It did.
Okay.
The storyline was good. I feel like if somebody else was playing it,
What also ruined it for me was Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, Don Cheadle ruined it for me.
Oh, as
The
algorithm.
one good actor throughout the whole entire movie ruined it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I want to see this now. I thought it was coming out next week.
I forgot about that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it came out
That's the girl
yesterday.
from The Walking Dead.
What you say? With The Walking Dead?
Yeah, she was good in that movie.
Yeah, they used LeBron's wife is the woman from The Walking Dead before she died.
Yeah, I've been slacking on that.
She's on Star Trek right now, Migs. Get it right.
I'll make some more videos this coming week.
Doing what?
So I can go on. I have more time.
You got to do 3
It's just weird
TikToks
with
a
the
day,
iPad,
Bundy.
you know?
You heard?
it's
3
hard.
TikToks a day.
Yeah, I tried it. It gets boring.
It's always
What it is.
trend. Something's
Like,
always trending for like a
Listen, I can do
freaking
more.
2
I really
weeks.
do be slacking. I don't want to put shit out there if it's not entertaining, Sunshine. Feel me? But I got you.
You got fans everywhere. Alan, let me find out.
Another fun fact about
Let me find out.
About Space Jam?
about Coca-Cola. Little fun fact. Coca-Cola created the Santa Claus that we know today.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, they have a
In with the
famous
Santa?
one.
Did you guys get to the point where you mentioned he was a Mason? Because there is that little fact.
Yeah, he was a Freemason as well.
Well, no shit. Like,
Yeah,
No,
you
we
gotta put it
didn't.
out there. You got to make the marks because
This
we know-
this article that we read was very bleak.
Well, shit, he got shot and stabbed.
Good.
So
Yeah, he got shot and stabbed in the chest.
in the 1800s.
It said about his morphine addiction.
that's pretty regular.
I mean, you can't tell the story of John Pemberton without saying morphine addiction.
You
Or
mentioned
death.
how at post-Civil War there was about 400,000 morphine addicts going on due to war injuries.
So there was
And
400,000 men walking around with morphine purses.
Yeah,
That's
those
Mhm.
leather bags with the needle and the morphine. 400,000 addicts.
We were just talking about how big those morphine fucking
Yeah.
syringes were.
It's like the turkey. The turkey,
Yeah, it
base-
only
the,
hurt
the
for a
turkey
minute.
needle.
Only hurt for a minute, my ass.
Yo, look, I've not had morphine, but from what I understand, you give that to a soldier who's fucked up on the field, he's not gonna feel pain when he dies.
Mm-mm.
You can juice a motherfucker up, and if you got your own supply, I'm pretty sure you can gauge what your level is.
You fucked up.
I could see that because how many war movies we seen where their appendages are out and they just stick them with the morphine?
Mm-hmm.
Like Civil War
Listen.
movies, yeah. That's that was the only way they could really like do anything at that time, really.
Yeah.
You seen Glory?
No, I haven't
with,
seen Glory.
Denzel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Isn't that the Stephen King?
1989. No.
No, it's not. You said Stephen King?
That would
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like no. Stephen King is not making Civil War movies.
I'm pretty sure he did one.
with a black hero. Come on now.
I swear to God, where's my phone?
Oh man.
Hey, look, if Stephen King wrote that movie, that's news to me. Like I was
Yeah.
like, what? I would not have ever put that together.
Well, he wrote Stand By Me.
But yeah, Glory is a good Civil War movie, and like you were saying, at that time, that was the only way you could ever really solve or deal with any injuries, even after the fact.
Oh yeah.
Like they would do what they could. Like they might cut your leg off for you. Like they might be able to do that. They can't save it, but they might be able
Now
to
we
save
just put you on
and just
antidepressants
lop
and
that
give you
shit off. And you can become Stubbs with your morphine sack and just ask random people to stick
That's
you in your
crazy.
legs, you know,
Like Lieutenant Dan.
then have wheelchairs.
Just like Lieutenant Dan.
Almost, but Lieutenant Dan had the wheelchair and his arms. Okay, those musket balls they would blow you the fuck up. Okay, that shit was brutal back then.
I mixed it up with
Winters,
Shawshank.
things exploding. Ah.
Yeah,
See,
Stephen
see
King
the
wrote
arm.
Shawshank.
You gotta cut it off. Just kill me, God. Just kill me.
Just
I'm gonna limp in the dust.
I don't
asking
want
someone to
half a
stick me with
body.
morphine.
Damn it.
Lieutenant Dan.
Run into a forest and fight a skinwalker to the death. Fuck that.
And then be addicted to Coca-Cola or morphine drip.
If I survived, sure, I would demand it if I beat a
If Leo can survive the bear and the
You
redneck, you
understand
can
what I
survive a
need. I get what I
skinwalker.
want. And I
I get what I
want
want.
infinite morphine. And then I make Dr. Pepper because apparently drugs are really what creates a lot of things in society. Clearly.
Clearly, yes.
Like the ingredients,
No, like literally people taking drugs.
gives them the ideas. Yeah.
Giving them ideas, or they're just an addict and they're just really addicted to that idea, just like their drug, and they get shit done. And then they get shit done.
Wanna get high?
And then people go, "Whoa, what happened?" Like, not to segue off here, but Atari, essentially, that entire company was a psychedelic just romp fest of doing whatever the fuck you want. Atari is an insane, Atari, the gaming company, like they were just fucking around doing drugs every day, making money. It was some Wolf of Wall Street shit, just like Pemberton here was just doing morphine and making deals and like cutting people in, but like there was nothing to sell them, but they didn't know that. So
Let me guess. Atari guys were doing LSD.
yeah,
Yeah.
at least LSD and marijuana and drinking,
The yellow screen.
Quaaludes, all that shit, bro.
Another
It was the
Quaalude?
70s.
She left me in the morning.
Yeah. When did Atari come out? Like 78 or some shit? In the 80s, 70s?
I think so. Let's see.
That would make sense for them to be on cocaine and.
I'm pretty sure that Atari, before it became a video game console, was a military
87
training
in Sunnyvale.
module.
You said
Like
what?
SOCOM was.
87.
87? It's a little later than I thought.
Like SOCOM was. SOCOM was part of that too.
Crazy.
That our whole army
SOCOM was
shit.
like the first.
Yeah.
There's no Call of Duty without fucking SOCOM.
There's no fucking army game without SOCOM. Battlefield, none of that.
First of all, Metal Gear Solid. or
That's
Metal
com-
Gear came out in
Yeah, but-
That's a
1989.
little different.
That's more strategic game.
That's more RPG than shooter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Metal Gear
Rambo
is great.
3,
Rambo 3.
Contra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Contra.
Yeah.
Doom.
GoldenEye.
Well,
Yeah.
GoldenEye's a classic.
You can't do this, right? He knows everything. Soup knows everything about them.
No, I don't know everything. I appreciate that though.
You know more than us.
Hey, boo. You smarter than the average bear. You smarter than the average bear, boo.
Why did-
Stealing
why did,
picnic baskets.
Yeah, why were they considered offensive? Like, what stereotype did they portray?
Who?
What?
Yogi Bear and little bro, like they just,
I don't know. I didn't think they got cancel cultured.
they might have been one of the first to be like, this is offensive to somebody.
So who? To Park
Well,
Rangers?
I
What
have
the
no
fuck?
idea. That's what I said. I was like,
White Park Rangers?
like who is offended by Yogi Bear?
People who drink 1800s Coca-Cola.
Maybe
Mhm.
it's probably because he was stealing shit every episode,
Yeah.
which is not a good thing for the kids to see.
First of all, he was hungry.
He's a fucking bear.
He's hungry.
You go if there's any
Ain't
of
no bear
these
gonna come up to you nice. Hi, can I have your little basket there? I'm hungry. Thank you.
any of these fucking kids nowadays go to a fucking national park camping with their family, they'll see no, don't feed the bear signs. And what's the bear gonna do? He's gonna come. He's gonna take that shit.
And you're gonna run. You're not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh man, he stole it. Damn it."
You're also not gonna be offended that a bear stole your shit. You're gonna be thankful he didn't steal your life
Right.
or your cocaine.
The greatest defense on battling a bear is hugging it.
No.
No, it's not.
Super Troopers.
Yeah.
Didn't a bear fight in a war?
Yes.
Yeah, it was, Kuma.
In Poland.
No, not a
His name is
Kuma.
Wojciech or something like that. Wojciech.
That sounds like definitely Eastern
I think
Europe
it's WJEK.
Was it a Russian bear
or a
No,
Polish
he's
bear.
Polish.
Oh, a Polish bear.
He was a Pole. Do you know how many Polish bears it takes to put in a light bulb?
No.
One.
Just one trained army bear, which they had. We don't have trained army bears. We're so great, but we don't have fucking army bears.
They're gonna shoot
No,
the
we have
army
army
bear.
dogs.
I would say we got dogs.
Yeah, but I mean,
They use dogs to fight bears in Russia.
Yeah, but groups of dogs. If you had groups of bears.
Well, you can't
together.
train groups of bears because they're just belligerent.
Dre.
Well, they only trained one bear, and that.
I mean,
how
who's to
long
say?
that took them.
They bred it. They bred that shit out of dogs, so you could
They
breed
did
it
to
out of
elephants.
anything.
They did it to oliphants. And
You know how
Lord of the
hard it
Rings.
was
I'm
for people to
damn
train
sure that
elephants,
we
though?
can do it. And then in Avatar, those fucking dragon things, it can be done.
What?
Dre.
You said what?
What are you drinking over there? John Pemberton
Don't
recipe?
they gotta like instinct? Like, don't they gotta like connect to?
Quality H2O.
In a coffee cup.
Yeah, that's
In
suspect.
Avatar, they gotta like connect to that freaking flying.
Yeah,
thing.
nah, that's suspect.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay if you drink coffee.
It's vodka in there.
Nah, I wouldn't drink bean juice this late. And also, it's more of a diuretic for me, and I don't need it.
It's vodka.
That's more reason to drink coffee.
He's drinking vodka.
No, I'm not drinking. Look, I'm not drinking vodka. I'm at work. I'm not drinking.
You're right. I know what you're
can't-
drinking.
You can't drink at work because of the smell.
It's
You're drinking peppermint schnapps. That's what you're drinking. So when you drink it, it smells like
so
you're chewing gum.
Jay, so you're starting to pay now? Is that what I'm hearing? 'Cause
What?
You're just over here trying to just be like, oh, you're drinking at work. Da, da, da. This is I'm at work. This is okay, but not that. I can't get lit.
It's just vodka. It's water
Look,
from Russia.
I agree, but that's not what I and you think.
That's why I kind of challenged my job. I took a liquid death to work. Those things look like beer.
Hey, this dude on my ship used to bring the cans to work, and everybody thought it was beer at first. And we were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
They
But then
fucking
he's
look like
"It's
tall
water."
It
boys.
looks like beer.
Yeah.
It really does.
I was just watching a video on that.
It's
On the
pretty
guy
fucking
that
good
created
water.
that.
The liquid death.
It's pretty good water.
It's pretty quality water too.
Yeah,
it's
it
not
is.
the most
That-
alkaline,
that-
but it's pretty good.
That's just great marketing, though.
Yeah.
Liquid death.
The
Yeah.
marketing is.
When you market shit
I'm
like
waiting
that,
for
like
them to
death,
start selling air. That'll be the day when we
They already do.
That Spaceballs
They
air.
already do. You pay taxes every year.
but we shouldn't because it's stupid and un-American.
I mean,
You know
we
what's
were
crazy?
founded on taxes.
Like, it's not like this isn't known, but I've
Un-American
lately
is
seen
unhumane.
several videos
Right?
of how in Saudi Arabia they make rain clouds. They just have drones that go up there and they make rain. And California's been in a drought for like 15 fucking years.
Mm.
And it's on fire.
Right.
It's always
Because
on
it's in a
fire.
drought. Like, and again, it's on fire and there's drones that make rain. Like,
Well, that's because of HARP, and they want the state to burn.
That's what I'm saying. It's just like, yo, you know the technology.
If the
exists,
continent
it's
dries
on
out
fire,
enough,
right?
the
But just
fault
not-
line might falter.
As long as everybody knows we're just ignoring there's a solution. I just want to make sure we're on the same page, you know?
Well, I mean, I don't live over there, so I'm
Damn.
not sure.
That's what California gets for trying to be their own little special state.
It is special. But it's too far up its own ass.
California? Yes.
It's too far up the
It is
backside
what
of the
it
United
thinks it is,
States.
but because it knows that, it's an asshole. And it's just like, come on. Relax.
Well, you guys just legalized psychedelics, so half of you guys
Yeah,
will
I
be
still
high
haven't
when the
seen
end
even a
comes.
news report of that.
So
as
nothing's
far as
gonna
I'm concerned,
change.
that's
It'll be the
hearsay.
same old regular shit in California.
Let's see if I can pull it up for you.
It's just gonna get crazier though. You don't think?
Or maybe people will relax.
I don't know. I
You
feel
think
like
they'll
it's gonna
relax?
stay the same.
Why the fuck would they relax, Colin?
I said maybe. God
Definitely
damn,
not.
Who'd you say was gonna relax?
He said maybe they'll relax if if it's true.
Unlike Jasmine over here coming for the jugular.
It's the bean juice. What do you want me to do?
Is that a Pepsi?
Maybe.
Pepsi is the only surviving fucking who the fuck is Vac?
Vacation.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah.
yes, it is.
This guy
Thank you.
said that.
I will enjoy vacation, sir.
What about
Although I got called earlier for a remote, but it's okay.
All
I
right.
can't find the remote. So you're their daddy then.
Yes.
So just tell them, like,
And then the
"No,
kids in the
I'm
back.
off.
No,
That's
no,
the
you
same
can't
thing,
come in.
daddy."
No, go to bed.
Hilarious.
Where
You
was
heard
it?
her?
Where was it?
Shh. There's no kids here. What are you talking about?
Share
We're
screen.
talking about morphine in the Civil War.
Here is the legalization of psychedelics in California.
Mr. Wiener.
Oops.
What?
You said Mr.
You know,
Wiener.
I find it curious that they're just like, you know what? Just let them start having drugs. We're gonna legalize weed everywhere, and we
all of
suggest you
them.
don't do psychedelics. Like, what the fuck? What are y'all? What is going on that you're just like, let us do what we want to do now?
Apparently the
That's
aliens.
suspect to me. You were just
Apparently the
looking-
aliens are coming tomorrow.
Right? They're doing a lot of
Apparently,
stuff.
but everything
It's gonna be
is
so
big.
lit, yo.
I don't know
When-
how many times.
Why
they're
would
supposed
it
to
be
been
so
here in
lit?
2 months.
What do you mean?
Fuck if I
What?
give a shit. You know where I have to be tomorrow? Here.
Here.
Yeah, but it won't. Look,
I'm not
nothing's gonna matter when the aliens come, and it's like, I don't know, pick an end of the world movie.
That's
with
why they
aliens.
legalize.
It would be
They're
like, all right, bet. At least we know it's finally over now.
I like to think of
my
my alien movie as Paul.
Paul. Come on.
Paul. I just want to
That's what it
ride
says.
around with them and have fun.
I
They want
personally
you to-
think
If I had to
aliens
have a
would
quick
never
transition-
come to the Earth and fuck with us anyway.
They want you to take all those drugs if you see something.
Yeah, you know why?
It's because I'm fucked up. It wasn't
Because we some hard-headed motherfuckers.
It's because I
Nah.
took all these drugs.
Yeah, it is. Because when we know where they are, we're gonna be like, aliens, come out and play.
Nah, but I think like the aliens will come and they already been studying us and anal probing people and shit. I don't know why. I don't know why the aliens need to get information on humans and do anal probes. Like that's the science they
I
have.
don't know what type of information.
Well, they need to know from within what happens.
Wait, well, you never heard of that, Bundy?
They need to know what
No,
you
I
ate.
heard of that. I'm just saying.
It's the
like,
problem.
I agree. You're so highly advanced, and for some reason, the technology
Right.
you built to understand us involves
These
banging
niggas
us
is
in
traveling
ass.
dimensions and they can't wait to put shit in our buttholes. Like
They
what?
want to know what you ate.
that makes no sense for aliens to do that kind of shit, bro.
The fuck did I just show up to? The hell y'all probing?
You showed up, yo. You in Arizona too. You showed up to aliens and anal probes.
Yes.
I showed up to hot.
That's
No,
not the first
no.
time he showed up to that party.
No, he refused.
You mean the party that you hosted? Fat.
Jesus Christ.
Aliens and anal probes?
First of all, when I came over here, I came over to hot weather and fucking distant.
Welcome to
locations.
the AA party.
Aliens and anal probes.
Aliens
That's a
and
pretty
anal
good
probes.
tag.
Nah, that's new. That's Roswell, New
And then
Mexico.
the door opened and it's like, welcome.
New Mexico, Arizona. Why you not-
It's like you came in from an AIM fucking.
Yeah, that'll get the aliens and anal probes started.
Yeah, when the
Captain
aliens-
Morgan.
They probably do the same stance after they're done with someone.
Jesus.
Disgusting.
That looks like the
No.
same saber that cut John Pemberton.
So you want to know a fun fact about Captain Morgan?
In the
He
Cutlass?
helped spear, huh?
Nothing.
Babe, can you
He
give me my
helped
moonshine
spearhead
cherries?
the anti-Masonic movement back in the day.
Say that one more time.
He helped spearhead the anti-Masonic movement back in the day.
Pemberton did?
No.
Captain Morgan,
Like the actual Captain Morgan.
the one that alcohol's from. Yes, that Captain Morgan.
Well, I'm about to
That's
buy a
basically-
bottle now. Salute to that man.
Right.
When I'm sad, I'll drink a whole bottle of Captain Morgan. So, yep.
Right. Why is there always gone? Fascists. That's why.
It's safe to say he lost.
Yeah.
No. They fucking lost. But
The only memory of him is on a liquor bottle.
He tried, though. That's all that. I mean,
and
that's
people
all that
forget
really counts.
every time they see it. But yes, so I think the moral of the story is more is a hell of a drug. If you can get some, you might.
So is cocaine.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug,
Look,
too.
they say that marijuana is the.
Cocaine is really not that crazy for like a lot of people. I don't know
Look,
why.
They
It's
say
natural.
marijuana.
Not
No, it's
anymore.
not. You gotta process it.
It's natural.
All right. Whatever.
It is for the most part. You can still get the stimulant effects if you chew. weed.
Like there's people in the jungles who get the same leaves and everything, and they do all the same shit and eat it and all that shit. It occurs naturally, is what I'm saying. It's not like
we
meth.
can process it.
It's not like meth. Definitely not.
No, definitely
You're
not
gonna-
like.
All I'm saying is that they
You
say
gotta
marijuana
hate
is the
some meth.
gateway drug, but I never heard somebody going from weed to crack in the matter of fucking months.
That's
But
propaganda.
if you take everything else, morphine,
No.
coke, pills, something, you're gonna end up
Opium.
doing something else.
You gotta
Yeah,
remember,
if you
opium was
do
the shit back then.
Opium,
Heroin.
turpentine, Coca-Cola.
Or even sniffing fucking paint cans, like that spray paint and
Huffing, yeah.
Huffing, there you go. I don't know why people do that shit. You got to be in a real shitty neighborhood to be doing that.
Usually people are addicts. They can't afford the drug, but they can steal some paint, and that's what.
And the paint trunk is right around the corner.
Yeah,
That
you
bitch
can
get
rob the
robbed.
motherfuckers for free if you fast.
Salute, my fam.
Salute.
I mean, I don't know. I personally would never do none of those crazy drugs that like involve a needle. or
drugs are bad.
drugs. That's what I've always been told. But everybody who do drugs is doing okay in life.
Yeah, they're called pharmacists.
That's witchcraft.
He's talking about the elite.
That's witchcraft.
I mean, I'm talking about people at Rite Aid, but the elite is
Rite Aid.
Yeah, they got hella drugs in there, but they're legal, despite the fact that they're more likely to kill you than somebody who knows how to do their own drugs.
That's big
They
pharma,
know how
man.
To OD unless they just get so obsessed they don't know what they're going to do with it. Most ODs, I believe, are accidents. People don't do that on purpose. Some people do.
Wait, hold on. Well, I got a question. So I always thought to OD on a drug meant that you died doing that drug, right?
No, you just overdose.
Yeah.
Yo, but that's people told me that shit, and I was like, wait, that's assuming that you're supposed to be doing this drug.
You can overdose and not die.
You can overdose on.
But how do you overdose on something and not die?
The same way you would.
Your body just couldn't handle it.
Because you're supposed to die. Like you weren't supposed to be doing that shit.
You can, but like he said, you can overdose and not die. Like,
but how do you? I don't understand how you overdose on like motherfuckers say he overdosed on heroin, but they didn't die. It's like, well, then they're fucking fine. I don't get it. Like they just passed out.
He was just really fucked up for a little while.
Like he just like understand if you don't do anything to bring this person back to life, they would die. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of like.
All right, Dre. Yo, Dre, how about this? How many shots can you take before you say you threw up and say you overdosed, but you lived before?
12.
I can't put a number on that.
So you've lived and you've overdosed before plenty of times.
But no, I wouldn't say I overdosed. Like that's just being blackout drunk.
You overdosed.
Yeah, so you overdid it, but
I'm pretty sure if you overdose on alcohol, you're gonna wake up with liver damage.
And people die because of that.
Yeah, but you know, I was just
alcohol poisoning. Alcohol poisoning is an overdose of alcohol.
See that?
Because you're not supposed to be drinking alcohol.
You're not supposed to be drinking turpentine, but they did it.
Yeah, because they didn't know any better.
I didn't get that message soon enough.
The set amount that you're
Wait, say that
gonna
again?
for any type of
I didn't get that message
is
soon
gonna
enough.
be based off of general studies and the average for each person involved in that study. It's not necessarily a set point for a person. So somebody's OD level might be higher than another point, and someone might OD because the drug was actually impure, which happens a lot of the times, like with fentanyl and stuff like that. People been doing heroin and they understand their heroin, their limits, but when it's got cut with another drug, that changed their actual toxicity and capability of handling the drug. So their body was processing it differently. It caused different effects, and their body
cut it with baking soda, not baking powder. They're gonna grow nose brownies.
Point that you shouldn't have been doing that shit. So if you overdose and die,
I'm sorry. What were you saying, Dre?
I said all you doing is proving the point that if you overdose and die, that's like what I was getting at.
You got typical fucking time limit.
So people have to overdose and die for you to consider them overdosing.
Yeah, because like if you're doing,
I can see why you say that.
Let's be realistic. You're not really supposed to do heroin at all, right? I think it's safe to say that. I think it's safe to say you shouldn't do heroin. You shouldn't do whatever.
So that's Michael Jackson's doctor.
Well, they had.
It wasn't heroin that he was taking.
What was he taking?
It was on painkillers.
It was.
He took
They killed Mike, man. That's a whole different conversation.
Yeah,
They didn't kill Mike.
Give him like 2 medicines. He was
They put him under, and he got out the back of the van in the coroner's office.
What'd you say?
Your question is why somebody can OD and not die.
I'm asking why do people say that, but yeah, like I always thought it was something like, oh, this person OD doing drugs and they die. Like, okay. When people say, oh, that she OD but she didn't die, it's like that's under that I always thought it was like you're making the assumption that this person is supposed to be doing this and there's a certain set amount or set limit that they're supposed to do and they overdid it. But it's like you're not supposed to be doing heroin anyway.
Yeah,
like what's the amount of cocaine you would recommend?
You're asking on this show?
Because
it's the right show to ask.
Bundy, bro, you making my point. Like you can't recommend cocaine to people and be like, yeah, just do 7 lines.
But this is what I'm
after 7 lines, you might fuck around and get a heart attack. Okay.
7 lines under an hour. Under an
7
hour.
lines
Somebody
is
says
crazy.
They should
and
say
they live.
he died from
then that means
heroin
that they
instead
were
of
just
he died
saved
from an
an
overdose.
reaction. That's
Thank
all
you.
that means.
Thank you.
That's what he's saying. That they should
That-
say
that
he died
doesn't
from
mean that they
heroin
didn't
instead of overdose.
That means
Do
that
you
they
see
were
what
able
John
to be
Pemberton
safe.
started? This is just an intoxicating conversation.
Do you think anybody overdosed on Coca-Cola back in the day?
Of course.
Probably.
But that was different because they're drinking cocaine. That's how Len Bias died to get to sports and basketball. That's a conspiracy theory that we have.
He died drinking Coca-Cola?
No, because not to cut you off, Bundy, but Len Bias was a basketball player. He was going to be great and everything, and he died after he got drafted. And they said it was of a cocaine overdose. But when they did his autopsy, they said he had so much cocaine in his fucking in his intestines, in his stomach, that it'd been impossible for him to sniff it all. So they say that somebody probably put it in his drinks and kept giving him drinks the whole night with cocaine. Because there's no way there's a certain amount of cocaine you would do where you would pass out and not be able to do it. So if they find all that cocaine in your autopsy, they would say this is kind of suspicious.
Okay, so to kind of drive what my end of the point was is it all comes down to the relative drug tolerance of a person's body. All medicine is based off of a guess on averages of those they have studied in that same situation. When it comes to you, they're making an assumption off the best guesses they can based off of the information that they can get from you and your vitals and all that other shit. When it comes to illicit drugs that they don't schedule, so there isn't any studies about it, there's absolutely nothing to go off of hearsay. So to give an example, somebody who's a lot smaller, who's like 100 pounds, 120 pounds, they're likely not going to have the same tolerance level of somebody who's 250 pounds or something like that. Especially since a lot of times, whether or not something is fat soluble is going to decide whether or not it really hits you, like how it's processed, how it's metabolized. If you're a lot larger, a lot of drugs, because you're larger, you need more for it to actually affect your body because of the way the metabolism is. When you're smaller, there's less that is needed overall because there's less for it to go through. So you can OD at a level that's not even anything for somebody else. So for example, with the cocaine, Mike Tyson, there's a story that Steve-O has told, and I believe Tyson has corroborated, where this is the first time he met him. He had Steve-O had an 8-ball of cocaine, and he showed up at a party. He wasn't invited, he just showed up, knocked on the door, and Tyson answered the door. And he essentially just shows him that he has an 8-ball, and Tyson brings him in, and they go into the bathroom. And so you're thinking, oh, they're probably gonna do lines, right? Oh, no. This is Mike fucking Tyson. Okay. So what Mike Tyson does is he takes out a cigarette and then he gets all the tobacco out of it. And then he stuffs it full of cocaine. And then he lights it and he smokes it. And he chain smokes an 8-ball in front of Steve-O. Steve-O is amazed and barely.
That's some rare shit too for somebody to like
put
it in a cigarette.
He chain smokes an 8-ball of cocaine, and then he's just like, all right, that was fun, and then just fucking leaves, and he's fine because he's Tyson, and his body, his physique, what his body can do and processes.
He also has a tolerance built up with cocaine for years.
He's also an alien.
That being said, right, but that's also going to build up your tolerance.
He's also a world-class athlete.
He's also an alien.
So, like, his ability to process and do things is not the same for the average person. You have to know yourself, what the drug tends to do to a person, and what that might do to yourself. That's why when you start with stuff like mushrooms and all that, or the psychedelics, the things where it's like, I don't know what it's going to do to me, you do a small amount and you go up in increments. Because if you go too far, you're going to fuck yourself up. And that's only.
Don't be a bitch and microdose. Just macrodose and weed.
I ate a bunch of mushrooms and I didn't like it.
Don't listen to Jason.
I felt anxious.
Jason is going to get you naked in the street. Don't listen.
I felt itchy.
That's why I had to stay with him growing up.
Doing some bath salt shit because apparently Jason.
Itchy.
I was
the system to where he has a high natural.
I mean, I didn't take a shower.
That doesn't mean you do.
Don't be a bitch. Macrodose. Don't microdose.
Yeah, especially for a new drug. Like, come on, you gotta live a little.
Yeah,
right.
That much.
Even if you gotta die a little bit to live a little bit.
Yeah, even if you overdose, as they say,
you can overdose and live.
It's like when you hear stories of people smoking crack. People smoking crack for the first time, and they're like, "It didn't do anything for me. So I just didn't get high off of it." I think Capadonna said that, where he was saying how when crack, first came out and he smoked it, And he was like, it didn't do anything. I was just like, whatever. There's people who smoke crack and it's like the rest of their life is dedicated to smoking crack now.
But do you fucking take that chance?
No.
To where you're crack immune?
I mean,
or
we know
you
that
crack
now,
addicted?
but people didn't know that in '85 when crack
That
first
people
hit.
had
People
to
thought it was
just
like other
find out.
drugs.
There was
And they also didn't know that shit in the 1800s when they were fucking dumbing down these fucking cokes in their system. But I tell you what,
cocaine cola.
I mean, maybe they knew, but
they took the drugs and then they took down the notes of what happened with that drug, and they were like, I fucking like this.
which is what the junkers say about talking junk in the break room every week. But we are not gonna overdose you. We're gonna take a week off, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. We got a lot of things in store for you guys. It's business as usual when we come back. You already know it. So stay tuned for those graphics. Stay tuned for these episodes, all these content material, and till we meet again.
Yeah.
Till we meet again.
We
Till
will
we drink again.
The break room will return
Deuces.
in a week.
Like your dad.
In
So
2 weeks.
not 2 weeks. Yeah, not this week. We won't be on this coming Saturday, but we will be on.
If we believe in aliens coming to
Yeah, whatever.
Whenever the
Tell him,
fuck
Sue.
Jason puts us on schedule, that's when we're gonna show up. So we'll see you when Jason fixes the fucking schedule.
Well, tell him Sue, the following Saturday, and the one after that.
Don't do drugs. You look like Jason.
We're coming back on the week of the 26th. Talking junk on Friday, break room on Saturday. We love you, junkers. Stay tuned for more content.
Stay safe.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to